How do we meet? Oh my God.
We got to kick it way back. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was a long time ago that we met in a philosophy club.
It's the dorkiest thing.
It's the dorkiest thing you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
I met Tom at a philosophy club, and I remember him because he's the idiot who spun his pork pie hat backwards.
Hey, that looked good, and it was made out of leather.
It never looked good.
It looked good.
Who are you kidding?
And I looked good because I made that hat. Yeah. I made that hat something. Thank you.
When we had started this, we had another show. The other show was a movie review show.
So I just am a generally agreeable person. Like Cecil drives all of this, and that's just true. So, we started podcasting because we were fixing each other's homes. He bought a house, I bought a house. I was helping him fix his house. He was helping me fix my house. We were driving to the hardware store, and he said, we should do a podcast. And I just say yes to everything. So I just reflect. I do.
He did.
I do.
He did.
I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
all right.
sounds great.
What is a pod? What now? I don't know. Sure. And
you were listening to pod. You knew what it was.
I was.
He knew what it was, but he just didn't think. He thought, okay, yeah, sure. Nothing is ever going to come of this. But the thing is that I tend to follow through on things.
Which is annoying.
It does annoy people, it turns out. And I wound up getting all of the things in a row. And I said on Monday, I said Wednesday night we're going to record, and he said we're going to what?
I didn't have a mic. I had to go to the store. I was like, I don't own a microphone of any kind. I'm like, what do I even buy? He's like, just go buy a headset mic. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write that down. I don't know what that is. So I went to Best Buy, bought a shitty headset mic, and I sat in front of my computer, and we just went off.
Gary? I want to tell the story about Gloryhole because a lot of people miss the idea of Gloryhole. We didn't come up with our calling, our sort of call. What is it like a call sign, a sign off as Gloryhole? We didn't come up with that.
Yeah, if it's really good, we didn't come up with it.
If it's really good,
somebody else
wasn't our
did it
idea.
for us, and we co-opted it.
And so a caller called in one time, and the caller said he sang a little jingle. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to sing it for you. He sang a little jingle that went,
"Who's that guy on the other side of the glory hole? It's Jesus."
And so I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was super funny. Tom thought it was super funny.
It became a bumper.
It became a bumper on our show because what we do is we record a tiny a news story, but then we'll punctuate it before the next news story with some sort of bumper, something that happens that hopefully will foreshadow the next piece of information that's coming on the show. And so when there happened to be some sort of sexual impropriety with a preacher with, oh my gosh, never happens, we would play this Gloryhole bumper. Someone calls in maybe a year later or so, and they say, you know what? You guys should be like Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh has callers who call in, and they say to him, ditto. And what that means is the last guy who called in, whatever he said, how great you were, Rush, ditto to that. They said, instead of saying ditto, you guys should say Gloryhole. And so we thought it was fucking brilliant. We were like, that is absolutely genius. And so what we did is we told the audience, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And so from then on, whenever we get voicemails, they always end with Gloryhole, motherfuckers. And
now we have a company.
Yeah.
We have a company. We have credit cards.
We have credit cards.
One of the greatest joys of my life is to pay for something with a Gloryhole credit card and have them call out my order. Gloryhole! And I'm just
We're in New York.
That's me.
So we go to get our bank card, and this was actually even funnier. We go to get our bank account started, and we have to start a business account. Well, when you start a business account, they have to have a human being on another phone approve it. It's like a big sort of thing that banks do, like make sure things are official or whatever. And so we go to see the lady, and the lady says, "Okay,
hold on." And she's this sweet, older lady who she was as nice as pie.
Mid-50s. She's like, "So what do you guys do?" And we're like, "Oh, we have a podcast." "Oh, that's so cute. What's your podcast?" We're like, "We don't want to listen to it." Yeah. And we kind of tried to convince her that she didn't want to. She's like, "Oh, I like stuff like that." And so we told her about it, and then she said, "Well, what's the name of your business?" And we said, "Well, it's Gloryhole Studios." And you could see her face kind of is one of those She kind of twitches a little, and she looks like she's starting to short circuit a little. And so she has to call somebody on the phone. And so she gets on the phone and she says, yeah, so the company name is Gloryhole
2 words.
Studios.
Long pause.
And so they say, and she says, no, it's one word. Gloryhole Studios. No, it's one word. Glory. She wouldn't say glory hole together. She had to say it. And when we got our checks, the best part about this, when we got our checks, they have a little cross on them. So it looks like they're religious. It looks like that. So people, especially at our place where we rent now, they think that we're religious. They think we're a religious organization.
I love actually using those checks to pay for the art. We have an employee, and I love the idea that she had to go to the bank with a Gloryhole Studios card. And she lived in Venice, California, where that card may signify a different occupation. So I always imagined that moment where this young lady had to go to the bank in Venice, California.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. I think it's all I want to do is laugh at the insanity. I want to go out laughing. I want to die. I want to die laughing. I hope that's the way. I hope the last thing anyone ever hears from me is a guffaw. The whole fucking thing is absurd. It's a circus. It's a circus start to finish.
Yeah.
And if you can't fix it, then you've got to laugh about it, right? Those are your two moral. If I can fix it, I have an obligation to fix it. So go fix it. If I can't fix it, I need a point to laugh at it.
Our show is equal parts laughing and outrage, and I feel like there's a place for people coming right out of religion to go dip their toe in the water of atheism, to learn about atheism, to maybe hear debates about atheism. Our show's not that. Our show is preaching to the choir. It's preaching to a group of leftists, liberal, Democrat type people, humanists, and people who are a little outraged that religion does what it does and gets away with it. And we highlight that every single week, and we laugh about it, and we point it out, and we shout about it, and we hope that everybody that's in the audience that's listening to us, they are as angry as we are, and also as frustrated as we are, but also still keeping their good humor about them and laughing as much as we are. We're doing this other project with the Puzzle and the Thunderstorm guys, the Scathing Atheist guys, called Citation Needed, that really takes up a lot of energy, but is also a great release for us. It's a very different show than we're used to doing.
It's a comedy show where we take one article or one subject rather from Wikipedia. We read an entry from Wikipedia. Somebody, and it changes every week, somebody writes an essay and tries to teach the rest of us clowns about whatever the subject happens to be. And the rest of us just make jokes about it. It's got skits and bits that are kind of a part and parcel of the show. But really, it's born out of the fact that when the five of us get together, we can't have a phone call without making each other laugh until we cry. And we thought we had to build a project that really kind of captures that and enhances that and then delivers that to everybody else. Because if we're having this much fun, it seems criminal not to share it.
It feels good to hit 400. I get messages from people that'll say, thank you so much. You changed my life. You were able to help me in a very difficult time in my life, whether it was, somebody close to them died, or they were having existential anxiety about maybe possibly dying themselves, or they wound up, leaving religion and they were lost, or they're in the middle of the deep south and nobody thinks like they do, but we're there with them every single week in their ears, able to get them through those moments. All those people who send that sort of uplifting email that sort of get us through all that, thank you so much, and thanks to all the people who help fund our show. Like, they're the ones who make sure that our show happens, and they're just, it's just a wonderful, I don't want to call it a blessing because that sounds ridiculous, but it's a great fortunate turn of events.
I'll be a little more selfish and personal than Cecil because I'm not as good a person, but my thank you is just as heartfelt. The show's changed my life. I mean, the show has absolutely fundamentally changed my life. I've met incredible people. I met my fiance as a result of this show. I've been able to see parts of the world I never otherwise would have been able to see because of this show. I've made friends because of this show that I think we'll be friends for the rest of my life. I feel plugged into a community personally that I think I otherwise would not have found or been plugged into. The ability to do this show has shaped and I think will continue to shape much of what my future looks like, and I could not be more grateful for the opportunity to do it. And to be perfectly honest too, I think it's also the driving sort of factor or the glue that has kept Cecil and I so close and in touch for 11 years, 10 years that we've been doing this, when our lives have gone through so much change.
Yeah.
We see each other every week.
Yeah.
We work on something every week. And I think that that's intensely important to sort of preserving those moments, and I wouldn't give it up for the world.
Gloryhole, motherfuckers.